But let's bring in the casters for this one. As always, it is Jarby and Dazarin for the 2v2. Welcome to the stream, guys. And it happened again, didn't it? Dazarin 3-0 in the predictions after yesterday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's what happened. It's unfortunate, but you know it is what it is. I'm sorry, Jorby. You know this.
Oh, Jarby, you're muted on Discord, buddy.
See? This is how you know. This is the difference here.
No, man. Okay, look, I don't want you to tell me that it's unfortunate, Daz. I want you to take your 3-0. I want you to shove it in my face, and I want you to laugh at me and be like, "See, I'm better than you," because I would do that to you if I was up 3-0. So I can't have you say it's unfortunate.
Why
Did you want
would
it to
I
be
do that?
close?
No,
Did you
I
want to
mean,
be close? I'm the one-time E-League prediction champion, Daz. I've won predictions one time in my long prediction life. So
well, I mean that's great, but that's just not happening this week. You've been pretty off the mark here. I'm interested to see what you go with today, though. To see if maybe we might be on the page. Maybe you might come to the right side here.
I thought that yesterday. I thought you and I, you know, we were feeling the rogue hype, but I don't know if rogue are even feeling.
Well, that is my next question, guys. You guys are just ready to go at this, so let's not waste much time here. Jarby, who's winning here, Affinity or Vision in the 2v2 semifinal?
It's Magic Bear and Percy.
Okay, so Affinity for Jarby. Dazarin, sure. Do you agree for the first time?
For the first time, we agree.
Oh.
We agree that it's Affinity winning this matchup.
Okay.
Of course, they're gonna lose now.
They might lose.
They might.
I mean, it's still a close series overall. You have again Vision. Although they haven't necessarily relied on it with having that additional player of Beast Mode being able to come in for the 2v2, I do think at the end of the day, if we look at how these teams are playing individually, Magic Bear and Percy should have the edge here. We saw them go up against Stromboli earlier this week, and it was just an extremely one-sided series. And I don't think that Vision are ready. They might end up having to see this up. We saw our first one yesterday with Kronovi being added in for Rogue, and it was almost successful. It was just a little too late in the series, but it all depends on Vision's game plan going into this.
Yeah, I would agree with you guys. I think that I believe in Magic Bear and Percy. They can't be too sad about yesterday. It was some tough teams they went up against, and this is their last chance to prevail. I believe that they can do it. I think that they've got the edge in this matchup. But let's get into it, guys. It's 2v2 time for Fusion NA, last semi-final in the bracket. Take it away.
Daz, to kind of finish your point there, I am curious if they do. If there are any switches in this match, considering it's semifinal time, you're near the end of the stretch, and if you do go down 2-0 in a series, do you contemplate making that switch? I'm really curious, more so for Vision, because I'm not sure that Affinity are going to be the ones trailing a lot in this series.
I don't think so either. I do think Percy and Magic Bear are going to feel pretty on form. I think the start, though, this series will probably go the way of Vision. Kensei Rodoko plan on coming out of here very aggressively, but at the end of the day, Affinity has been a team that we've known to see adapt over time, so I'm expecting to see that in this game.
That being said, there's something to be said about the Kensei effects. This guy can turn it on in an instant, and if he starts to find his stride in this set early, then Affinity might have their work cut out for them, but we'll see how things play out here as game one is underway and both teams start to get warmed up here on the pitch. Kensei takes this next bounce off the rebound. He's got no boost left. He can't sink it in. And Magic Bear actually forced to fight off Kensei as he works his way back to the ball. And Affinity will get by midfield. We'll see if they can get set up in the blue half.
They're trying to. The cutout from Rodoko leaves it open net, and it'll be Vision on the board first here. And you see Rodoko come in very quickly. It's all about the challenge there. He hits it into, I believe that was Percy, to get the pinch out. And all it takes sometimes is just a strong 50-50, and you have Vision on the board.
Vision on the board. Rodoko, 2 good challenges. Not all the goals got to be flashy, just as long as you got more than the other guy at the end of the day. Rodoko. It'll be a short pop for him in the blue half, forced to go back to his own goal line. Percy back over to Magic Bear, and that's maybe going to be a dead play, but Magic Bear does stop the attempted clear. But Affinity still having to play some defense. Magic Bear, he's looking for the clear out behind the corner. Rodoko Just punches right on top of him. Kinsey also there. Very aggressive play here right now from Vision. And Rodoko still with possession here in the corner. Magic Bear, as Kinsey just pulls off twice. He got him looking for it twice. Magic Bear in a tough spot. Percy with control.
And Vision aren't sending all of their resources forward just yet. They're still playing patient. The foot from Rodoko not as strong as he would like, and Magic Bear will get an easy clear out. But for Vision, I mean, it's just about kind of looking at the pace, seeing and understanding what Vision can do with the ball. Right now, it's nothing too threatening. The shot from Magic Bear was saved again from Rodoko, and he's got his third of the game in the first 2 minutes. He'll pick up another one off of this shot. Right now, Affinity's shooting from a very, very far in the field. It's just plenty of time for Vision to be able to make a save and get the ball the other way.
You know, Rodoko's going to have to find a clear with no boost, and he's asked again to do it as Kinsey comes in on the rotation. Magic Bear cuts off another pass and actually almost caught the defender out, but his shot wasn't close enough to the net. And the struggles for possession continue here for Affinity. They've been able to take the ball away at times, but then find themselves in some dangerous situations, although they've only allowed Vision to post one so far on the board. And that one will get right past the only defender as Magic Bear puts it off the crossbar, and it will eventually bounce in for a tie game.
Yeah, this one worked out big here for Affinity. Magic Bear got a demo on Rodoko early on, and then Percy just had to beat Kinsey to the ball, and the shot from Magic Bear is right on point. And now what I've noticed is Rodoko definitely been playing more defensive style here and letting Kinsey kind of be the charge of the offense. But once Rodoko's out to play, that was the prime time for Affinity to get that goal.
And they're almost going to pick up a second, but just getting in the way was Kinsey. Magic Bear slowing it down and couldn't weave his way around Rodoko. Percy a good enough job to get back to the board and get the clear out, but they both square up on the next play, and Percy just gets back in time for a save. This is going to be a tough situation right now for Affinity. They're spread thin on boost as Vision have just taken everything away, but Magic Bear picked up some small pads, and now he's got a ball, a shot, and saved by Rodoko. Turn the other way here for Vision. Kinsey got the ball on Percy, but Percy recovered and still got the save.
Good save as well from Affinity. They're able to hold things off for now. They have Rodoko coming up playing a little bit more offense here for Vision as they're trying to pressure this Affinity roster. But things still kind of equalize here on the field. You can start to see everyone getting a little bit more involved as Kinsey's not staying in the back half as much. Just trying to, again, take this ball to this Affinity roster, keep them stuck into their own end, see if they can find a hole in the defense. You talked about them being starved out earlier and how it led to some close chances. Maybe they could get something else going. Here's a shot chance for Rodoko. He goes up and it will be blocked out from Magic Bear.
But Kinsey's got a little bit of space, but he gave it up to Percy. Didn't want to challenge in midfield and give him a save. Or give Kinsey a save, but Rodoko, tasked with the challenge, he's able to stop the attack for a second, but Percy just throws it right back at the net. And now, again, Vision feeling pressure. But it's cleared away again. Or two pretty good pushes here by Affinity. They want another one. Percy taking a pass from Magic Bear. Now it's all about where that touch goes. It's off the backboard again for Percy. He squeezes past one defender, but Rodoko moves it back downfield. Do Vision have a chance at the net as time winds down to nothing? Kinsey, he's going to play it up off the challenge, and it will die overtime in game one.
So now we got overtime here. It's been back and forth. A lot of chances, especially coming out from Vision. They're sitting from 12 shots to Affinity's 10. Rodoko's looking for another play. But again, we haven't seen anyone really put anything on too threatening. Even with Magic Bear pulling out some flip resets, it hasn't worked out. But hold on, there's Percy! He spots the port clear from Rodoko, and he punishes him for it.
Absolutely, and just punishes him about as hard as you can. It's a perfect shot. Placement, power, precision. Affinity take game one. But it was pretty close. I liked how Vision looked in game one. I don't think you can really take too much away from game ones in Rocket League. I think they could be so random where either one team dominates or it's really close and the rest of the series just pans out completely different. But I think if Vision stick with what they have here, they have something good rolling with Kinsei and Rodoko.
I agree. It does look pretty solid to keep Kinsei and Rodoko in at the moment. The only issue was the poor clear at the end. I mean, you know, into the overtime situation, that's a tough play to make, especially with what we know is on the line for these two. Just trying to stay alive in this bracket. It's you don't want to make that many mistakes, and that's probably especially why we don't see teams getting too aggressive on offense as well. These guys are fighting for tournament lives here, and just something as simple as Rodoko's clear ends up costing them a game.
Well, Affinity sniping the game away in the first, and now in the second, Percy wants a quick goal. They came out of premium in game 1, where typically we see much higher score lines in 2v2. Very rare do we see a 1-1 overtime, even at this level. Magic Bear up in front. You know, at least make a challenge. Kinsei, nothing for him. Percy gets right over him. Rodoko still going for Vision and gets back on top of the ball. Magic Bear patience pays off with a save.
Now we're going the other way.
Shot from Percy. Slots it, corner pocket. What a shot.
Yeah, a lot of space here. Kinsei's on his way back, and all Percy's doing is just lining up the shot. He keeps that ball bouncing to where right when he takes it, boom, into the top left corner pocket. Affinity strike first here in game 2.
Well, just off the kickoff, Rodoko will pull off to get some boost. Wanted the ball, but it's taken away from him by Percy. Magic Bear still on point here for Affinity. Kinsei and Rodoko feeling the pressure there. As Kinsei is a 2-on-1 situation headed the other way, but Percy, who has just been impenetrable on the backboard. He has the goal.
Oh, the ball!
And he has the bump, and it's off the post, and Percy says, those are my points. 2-0 now for Affinity.
Oh, man, the flick over, and then the bump on Kinsei. He just does it by himself. Percy taking that ball downfield, scoring his second goal of the game, and you can tell Affinity getting a little comfortable here. He had Magic Bear on the side. He could have passed that at any moment, but he decided to do it all himself.
Now Magic Bear is ball knocked away by Kinsei. Rodoko also getting in the way. And that's, you know, we've seen it with this Affinity roster in Tuesdays as Percy dumps a pass to Magic Bear and power from Magic Bear. Another goal, 3 for Affinity.
Yeah, I mean, this is a simple 1-2 pass play. Rodoko couldn't get up to expect the shot, actually ended up dodging. And, I mean, Affinity are starting to strike here. A shot that usually would have been blocked from that distance. And now, the speed and the offensive prowess we're seeing from this Affinity squad, Vision are going to struggle here to find an answer.
They've just been struggling to find anything. Boost, the ball, the field, because they're getting bumped. And Rodoko, with the little boost that he has, a nice carry. He tried to catch it there, and had he caught it on his hood, he might have been in a favorable spot, but just could not get there. And as we're back on Percy, the point I was making earlier is, you know, Magic Bear, for all the hype, a well-deserved hype about him, Percy, if Magic Bear ain't feeling it, and Percy is, it's going to be the same result, it feels like. This Affinity roster overall, it's going to be fun watching these guys in the future. You know, just qualifying for RLCS, Kinsei flip reset, but it's cleared away by Magic Bear. And they're showing you Infusion in 3s, 2s, and 1s. What all 3 of these players are going to be bringing to the table in the future. And I think it's looking pretty bright right now, as they're easily maintaining this 3-goal lead with about 2 minutes left in game 2.
Yeah, I mean, this Affinity roster is definitely one that has an interesting story too. Just again, how they come together, and also just being one of those teams that not a lot of people had in their radar, and then suddenly, like the team play and the team chemistry between these players has just stunned the North American scene, and they've just been popping off constantly. Every member on that team has been fantastic. And, I mean, if they keep it up, I mean, the sky's the limit.
And you can feel the desperation from Vision here. As soon as they hold on to the ball, they know the next challenge is coming, and when they actually can get back to it, it's just power shots all day. But every single high clear from them, like just that one, is either picked off by Percy or Magic Bear, easily carried away, and then there's just so much space. Vision respecting the carry potential from both Magic Bear and Percy, but it's also killing them and trying to move down the field. Rodoko will try again here on the carry. He does get it by Percy. He's still in front. Can he get the pass out? It's going to be a high ball on the ceiling for Kinsei to get, and when it takes this much time, like that push downfield from Rodoko, they needed something more out of that. It's just not developing right now for Vision in game 2.
You see Percy again just pushing this one through. The shot from Magic Bear a little high, but again, we said it earlier, Vision we're going to have a tough time here, especially after the 3-goal lead, and from what we've seen from Affinity, it's just been constant control. Vision have tried to play the game slower, and you can see what happens right there. Rodoko gets demoed by Percy, and Magic Bear just has a wide open net.
They're just being straight up outpaced. When you play so often in those corners, in the attacking corners, you get the bump, or you're going for a corner boost steal, and you're looking for a desperate clear. That demo, that's just more dirt flung in your face after being beat down. And that's gonna be a fit. Ooh, no. Rodoko did get back for the save. But still, it's a dominant Affinity in game 2, and honestly, very, very much the Affinity I expected coming into the set.
They actually went with a pretty interesting kickoff. I'm not sure the name of it. I think last time I heard it, someone might have called it a Spanish kickoff, where the first guy ignores the ball, goes for a demo on the back, the dude in the back, and then they play based off of that. It almost worked out. They almost scored a goal in the open net.
They call it the Spanish kickoff?
I think so, or like Spanish or something like that.
Is there like a history behind why? Yeah. Okay, it is.
Oh.
It is called the Spanish kickoff because Spanish players do it. That makes sense. It's great to have Johnny Boy in your ear to confirm information when you need it, Daz.
If there's anyone that knows about kickoffs, it's Johnny, though.
I think Johnny's probably watched more kickoffs than any other human in Rocket League.
Yeah. Yeah.
So many kickoffs. I trust Johnny's opinion literally as the words are coming out of his mouth when it came to that. Because I don't think there's anyone else that could give me a better answer. But game 3, Affinity, if it continues like this, I mean, good luck, Vision. Daz, what do you think?
I agree. It just doesn't seem like Vision have the answer right now. And oh my, if that's how we're starting the game off, they're gonna have a tough time. Look at this Percy dodge into it, but then the follow-up as well. And Kinsei, he just couldn't get there in time. Beautiful solo play by Percy.
And they're just constantly hitting the top of the net. Every time. We don't want bounces. We don't want close, almost saves. I want a for-sure goal. And I'm going to hit the top of that shelf every single time. Percy, especially, he scored more goals than Magic Bear in this game, and I'm not sure I would have been like, I could see how that's possible before this series, but I wouldn't have believed it. But here we are. Percy has been a force as a striker in this set against Vision.
And you talked about it earlier where, you know, every member of this roster has that peak potential. And it's one thing to keep an eye on one person, but as a team here, especially as a duo though, between Percy and Magic Bear, that's just a tough matchup for anyone to go against. We're starting to see the effects of it. So far, they have shut out Vision for the last 6 minutes. Ooh, almost a chance there and still blocked out. Vision are struggling to get any offense going, but they need something quickly here.
It feels like they've spent a grand total of the last 10 minutes of gameplay. Okay, Kinsei, he gets this goal. It's a great first touch off the ceiling. And both players on defense waiting to see how. No one could get a real clean read on it. Percy, it looked like he had it, but he was just too far away to get to it in time. So a great read from Kinsey and a great first touch as well.
So Vision are on the board.
A little better.
The offense from them, like you said, looking a little better. But hold on, Percy with a lot of space. Rodoko will get a clear out. But now they have this game equalized, which is a great place for Vision to be in. Not too much pressure on them. And Percy, they can kind of think about how they want to play this.
Although play it out to the left again where Percy is. Finds the read on the corner, has a shot, but right into two defenders. Now Rodoko and Kinsey. No one was able to follow up that next touch, but Magic Bear gave it back to him, so they do find the ball in the orange half, but can they find possession? Percy moving down the field on his own. Ooh, Magic Bear was following pretty parallel to Percy, so another long clear. That will be, again, I've seen this progression about 15 times. Percy from midfield jumps back, grabs the ball off the backboard, easy clear out. It's still Affinity ball, but the score's still tied 1-1.
Score tied 1-1. It's been a trend of things that have been going on the field. But you look at Affinity and just how they're moving right now. Percy's just trying to pop it over the entire team. They sit here and they try to force Vision to be as uncomfortable as possible in their own half, and then that's when they turn on the offense. The attack just comes back and forth. You see another play there. Percy hit that. That was going towards net. So a great block in the midfield. He's going up again, though. He has the follow-up. Oh, my goodness, Percy.
Percy's an absolute god. Off the ceiling, perfect touch, and gravity does the rest. Perfect touch off the bumper into the net. The dude is cracked.
Oh, man, he scored 2 perfect plays. Shots this game. Magic Bear getting involved. He'll get the flick to make it a 2-goal lead. And you just see the momentum of this game shifting into Affinity's favor.
Just out of nowhere, all of a sudden, an explosion from Affinity. And it's been a tug of war in this game for battle, but you felt like Affinity were winning, inch by inch. And eventually, they broke through the blue wall, and now maybe getting a fourth. Percy, it's like, if he misses, that'll be the goal. But now a shot never comes. That probably the best look that Vision have gotten. There's a pass out downfield, and no power comes. Rodoko makes up for it, but he's got to get back to the ball quick, and he sneaks it in, smashes it into the side. They're down by 1.
Talked about it, the shot didn't come through, and it's really just Kinsey keeping the ball in and trying to bait members of Affinity out. Then he finds Rodoko, who's able to set things up and just pretty much do it all himself in order to get Vision back into the game. They can't afford to continue to give up possession to Affinity, because Affinity will take it and push it the other way very quickly, and they need to get on the board. So good play there from Vision. They bring the deficit down to 1, but time is not on their side as we approach the final minute.
The ball just keeps getting away from Vision, and another ball goes into their net. Magic Bear scores for the 4th time for Affinity. It's his 2nd goal. They're getting destroyed right now.
He finds that from behind the midfield line. That's when he jumps into the air. He has so much space and time. He can put that ball anywhere he wants. And at that point, when you have so much space and freedom to do so, and you're Magic Bear, who's having a really good game, a really good series, like, he's just not going to miss those.
Another ball for Affinity that he finds the clear out to the corner. Nice catch from Magic Bear. Barely a save by Rodoko. Well, it's do or die now for Vision on this clear. They got to score on this next possession, because they have struggled to hang on to this ball. Kinsey, he's the next up. Does he have something coming back down? Magic Bear just rockets the ball out of his control. Percy. Magic Bear's going to find the ball, puts the angle on, and just in time for the save is Kinsey. And again, the clock, Vision's worst enemy with every clear. Nice catch from Percy, but good on Kinsey to grab the ball. Now it's a 2-on-1 shot up to the corner. Kinsey's not done yet. With 18 seconds left, Vision are still alive.
This is good speed here from Kinsei too. Watches Magic Bear, says, all right, you're going back post. I'm gonna send this one far as away from you as possible. Great shot with the space, and now we'll see how they play it off the kickoff.
Kinsei will play it out to the corner, but it will be Magic Bears as Rodoko went for that challenge and he didn't get it. Now Magic Bear just has to maintain possession. That demo will make things that much more difficult for Vision. But Rodoko gets a great first touch. Percy matches him perfectly. Magic Bear kills the ball, and Affinity are one game away from meeting Space Station in the grand finals.
And Affinity are just ramping up over the course of this series. I mean, that game, we had so many great shots or clippable moments as well. It was fantastic to see. The effort from Affinity individually is showing up big here. And Vision have been stuck, but they've also shown signs of life too with some successful offensive drives. But they really have to come out in this next game with a lot of energy, Jorby. They have to get on the board first. They have to set the tone because we haven't seen them do that all series long. They're sticking with Rodoko and Kinsei all the way through here, so no swap as they are on match point. It's gonna be quite the game.
I'm excited to see if Vision can come back. Like you said, we've seen some good things from them, and it happens when they carry the ball. But they keep getting put in these low boost situations where they're forced to go for hard clears. And the hard clears are scarce for Vision. Is Game 5 going to be any different? Or is Affinity just going to take it away? Look at that pass to Percy, but a great save by Kinsei, and now he's going to take control. Barreling across the field, the shot denied by Percy. Again, just a force seemingly unbeatable in Affinity's net. Percy is so hard to get by, Daz.
He is. He's definitely been big in terms of saving for Affinity, but also in terms of creating offensive chances. It's been really tough for any Vision to read him on defense and offense. He's been a big factor of Affinity's success in this series. And one of the things that they're going to have to keep an eye on is just where he's positioned on the field so they can play around him.
And every time Vision think that they have Affinity beat in midfield, when they have possession, both Percy and Magic Bear have just been like, nah, dude, I got the boost. And then they just fly back, get the clear against the backboard, and take it away. But Vision keep trying that. They keep figuring they have Affinity beat, and Affinity just keep winning the bait. Like... Vision try and mix ups here. Here's Rodoko mixing it up, but again, Percy makes the save. Here's some more pressure, but no shot's gonna come. Rodoko couldn't get that bump, forcing Kinsei back.
Yeah, Magic Bear sitting here waiting for his moment to get involved. The breakaway chances are coming, but he's in the air. He has some space. He gets it past one. He can't get it into the net. But Affinity, they can turn it around on a dime. We're seeing that right here with their offense. They take that one all the way from their own end, and now you have Vision sitting in net, just hoping they can get a solid clear.
Yeah, here over in the corner, Rodoko. Oh, he picked his spot, but he's out of boost. Now here's Magic Bear rolling across, almost dunked Kinsei in the face. But Kinsei will grab the ball, and now he has possession finally. But can he hang on to it? Percy makes it difficult, but Rodoko's there to back him up. That's off the corner. He can't get the read, and now a turnaround very quick. Percy, 1. Percy, 2, but it's wide. And Magic Bear forced to take it out to the side. Vision are just the slower team on the pitch right now. They are late to every ball. Rodoko, he gets bumped out of the way. Percy, does he have something here? Flicking it over. Kinsei can't beat Magic Bear. It's off the crossbar. Bounces out. Affinity almost pick up the goal, and Vision are scrambling for some control. They've got none.
Yeah, it's been really hard for Vision to get that consistent offensive going. Here's another chance here. And Percy was looking for the pass there for Magic Bear. Now he'll try to take his time as they'll try to give Magic a chance to get some boost, and Magic's on the ball. But look at just, again, how this offense gets downfield. There's no one challenging that ball in the air. Magic has plenty of free time. And then sometimes when they try to, it's just never enough to get it past them. Like, Affinity are really good at how they keep up the possession, how they are working this Vision roster. They're making them play into their hands, and it's been helpful for them every time.
Even right there, you saw the panic at the end from Vision. That's a great save from Rodoko, but he's got no boost. Hops up and gets bumped into another save. And Now he's got to try to take control of this himself. Kinsey was playing real close to him, and it was kind of the point I was just about to make before all of these shots just keep peppering Vision's net. They keep getting caught close together. They keep diving at the same balls, and they keep losing possession. Magic Bear takes it away. Percy has the shot, but it's saved again. Somehow Kinsey picked it up, and now here's Rodoko. He's got a full tank of boost. Off the ceiling, wants the shot. He's under one. Pops over. Can he get the bump? No. Percy stays there. Somehow picks up the save. Crazy action here as we come to the final minute in Game 5.
Like you said, it's crazy between these two teams. Kinsey looking for a shot. If there's a bump, the follow-up is slow but an off-target as well. So Magic Bear will be able to save this one. But again, looking at both of these teams, I mean, you got to give credit to Vision as they keep on putting shots on. The defense has been holding firm for them. They haven't given up a goal just yet. We're still tied here, even though that breakaway happens. Rodoko will maintain possession. But things, again, it just takes one mistake.
Well, now back in midfield, Kinsey pushes the ball forward across the back wall. Magic Bear makes a good challenge, but Rodoko there very quickly. Waiting for the ball to come to him. He gets chipped on his way to the ball. Magic Bear and Percy both double commit, but Percy gets behind it in time. Rodoko stole the boost and the ball. Wins against Magic Bear. Kinsey's there. The shot's good! Vision all alive!
Kinsey, big goal here in the final 10. You see the work being done. Gets past Magic Bear and Percy. Rodoko assisting. And Vision, they bring it back. They were sitting in their net for half the game. All the pressure. And now Affinity will have to pull it off in the final few seconds. But the way Vision are holding on to the ball, they want to let this one drop. Magic Bear will try to keep it up, but that will hit the ground, and we'll have Vision win this game.
So Vision with a fighting chance on their feet here. What a crazy defensive stand. Kinsey with 6 saves, and Rodoko with the final pair of them. Affinity had 8 saves of their own. I mean, there was, you said it near the end of that game, Daz, it was just wide shots back and forth with power, tough reads. Vision, they stopped jumping for every ball, and then they finally started to win the boost battle since Affinity were just trying to get that high shot in, and they couldn't make it happen. And then Vision slowly grabbed the boost, and then all of a sudden, Affinity were out, and they were feeling the pressure. And man, if Vision can take that and they roll with it, Daz, I'm excited for the next game, potential 2 games left.
Yeah, like you said, this is actually a big thing here for Vision because now they know kind of their recipe of success in terms of being able to set up opportunities against Affinity, which is going to help them out on offense a lot more. Now, obviously, Affinity are going to come out with this one with a lot of energy because they had so many close shots and they still weren't able to find the back of the net at all. And you know that's got to be kicking them, especially with how much work they have put into their offensive plays. So both teams are, I expect this Game 5 to be pretty nice.
And Vision, a win here puts them in the top 4 of point placement no matter what, I believe. And so, this is just, it's for a little bit more money and a chance at winning this 2v2 bracket. Affinity, they've looked dominant at times in this series where it's felt like Vision has just held on by a single Herculean thread. Kinsey will punch that downfield. Can they continue this journey? Or will it all end in shambles if Affinity find their stride once again? Kinsey in the corner will play it around, but he doesn't have much working for him. He actually steals the boost away. A nice catch on the sidewall. Kinsey trying to force the ball in front of the box. He does, but see, Rodoko's got a clear angle at the net, and he can't find it, trying to avoid the defender. No goal yet for Vision.
Vision again. They're going to get a possession here. Magic Percy, flip reset, and puts it into the top corner. Affinity. Again, giving Percy the space. It's just not something you want to do. Lines this one up. Gets the follow-up too. Kinsey just doesn't stand a chance.
He's got an ability called spontaneous combustion where Percy can pop off and explode out of nowhere. It's like, okay, Vision, they got some good pressure here. Oh, counterattack, here's Percy. Boom. Another goal and another save for Magic Bear. He's gonna have the next look at the ball. Vision Starting to grab some control. That's a great shot from Rodoko. Caught Percy, far post, tie game.
And look at this pinch too. He catches it right as it bounces off the wall to give it as much power as he can. And like you said, puts it right behind Percy. I don't think anybody was expecting that shot to go in. But Vision will take it as they tie this up.
No, Percy gonna find Magic Bear in space, and the shot will be denied by Rodoko. Rodoko losing the ball. That might put them in a tough spot, but he did get back to it in time. A favorable bounce for Magic Bear, and it'll be a favorable challenge for Affinity. Courtesy can't really hang on to it. It will flow back to the orange half of the field. We'll flow
Magic.
back to the blue half. Ooh. Close on the carry, but Rodoko another save. He'll dump the ball out. Kinsey's in midfield, has a shot, but Percy again. There, the netminder has another save as Vision still hunt for their second goal.
They're looking, and it's been a battle of midfield possession between these two. We haven't necessarily seen anyone with any control in the other's half for quite some time. Magic Bear will try to see if he can get this past Kinsey with the slow play. Percy with the follow-up, gets the fake, gets everybody knocked out, put a quick shot on, but Kinsey, the recovery there. Speedy and exactly what they needed.
Yeah, and he has the carry too. It'll work out. I thought maybe that'd be a quick turn for Kinsey, but he's really not had any space to work with unless Affinity are strictly in low boost situations. And Kinsey is somebody I expected to kind of, pull a Percy. But what Percy's been doing to Vision as he makes another save off the backboard and has a carry downfield, or blocked for now as Magic Bear's up, and he'll get the clear downfield.
Yeah, no, I mean, you see Magic Bear with a clean beat on Kinsey. It goes back to what you were saying about Kinsey not having that space to really do what he wants and get, creative on offense. And that's been one of the struggles Vision have had over the course of the series. Every time they tried to do something like Magic Bear off ball, just bumping everyone, making sure that, they're as uncomfortable as possible. And Vision have had to play around that. So the fact that they're doing a lot better in this series shows that they're able to adapt. But they still got some work to do. That one going all the way downfield. It won't roll in. Magic Bear will try to set it up, but Percy won't go for that one. He'll wait for it to hit midfield.
And it pays dividends as he has control now in the attacking corner. Here against the back wall, finds Magic Bear eventually, but Magic Bear never had a comfortable angle. Percy setting up a good chance again. Kinsey slow to this. And Percy will make another challenge in the blue corner. Shot from Magic Bear's turned away for now. Percy knowing that bounce was coming straight back to his end. With a little bit of space. He saw Magic Bear downfield. It's broken up. A nice speedy approach by Rodoko. Kinsey high off the ceiling. Shot. And it's in. Percy backflipped. And a goal. Vision have a late lead.
Yeah, Percy's trying to rotate back here. Gets messed up by the post. Tries to recover. And like you said, also backflips. A little bit of panic in the net. And Vision suddenly get the lead there. Can they hold on to it with 43 seconds remaining versus Affinity? That's the question here, Jordan.
And Vision haven't been diving at as much on defense. They've been staying grounded when it has been better suited to, and as a result, the boost battle has been a lot more contested in the blue half, despite all of this Affinity possession. Here's Percy, takes a shot. Magic Bear harassing the defender in net, but they can't come away with the goal. And now Affinity on the ropes here, as a shot never comes. Magic Bear takes it away. But still some time with 10 seconds left. Percy with some space. The shot denied, and that ball will roll the whole way back to Affinity territory. Magic Bear can only stop the potential goal, and Vision, they get another win. And it's 3-2 in the set.
Yeah, this set's gotten a lot closer over the course of time. Again, another one-goal game here between these two. We almost saw another overtime as well, Jorby, and it just shows you that how much Vision are slowly starting to adapt to this Affinity roster over the course of the series. They're trying to pull off that reverse sweep. They've taken another game here, and I think that they're on the right track into doing so, but it also ends up being an Affinity misplay in the net that does give them the lead and give them the game as well. So Affinity not looking too good on the defensive side. They need to clean that up if they want to close this series out.
Yeah, and I did feel that they had started to do that near the end of that game, and I think that's what kind of helped them secure it. But for Affinity, this train is not going to stop. The momentum it's an immense force from Affinity. So Vision, they got to keep the pedal on the floor, because this reverse sweep will not come easy. You still got quite a journey ahead of you, and the next 5 minutes are underway. Percy pulling off on this play. Rodoko making the challenge happen. Oh, the shot just off the corner, but Rodoko's there. He'll at least bite it off one defender. Both players in Vision commit on the play. Rodoko going to be in a tough spot on defense, but he makes the save off the shot from Percy.
Percy he also had an option to pass that back to Magic there, but wanted to see if he could get this one past Rodoko with just a clean shot. Rodoko's still holding on defense here, as again, Vision's defense has improved. They're not letting easy goals get sent into their net, especially when Percy's shooting from midfield. So Affinity are going to have to, again, start to get a little more creative. We might need to see more solo plays come out from them, because that was kind of the recipe of success in the earlier parts of the series.
And Rodoko, he's actually going to wait for this touch from Magic Bear. He's got low boost and wins the challenge, but it's Percy's look. Percy trying to get it right over Kinsey. He can't do it. Now Rodoko's got a shot at the net, off the crossbar and out, and Magic Bar will find the corner. And Affinity look to move back to blue territory.
They're trying to. Kinsey with the knockaway, and he'll try to get a demo on Percy, forcing Percy into the air. I like how Percy's able to adjust to that, though. Jumps up and then turns it into an air dribble, forcing a challenge. That keeps the ball possession close for Affinity, and it doesn't put them in a dangerous situation. Now we see Percy again. He'll jump off the ceiling. He won't be able to find it. Magic Bear, he has the space. Another double, and it'll go in. And Affinity will strike first.
Magic Bear gets the goal, but Percy sets it all up. Kinsey was expecting a touch from Percy the entire time. It never comes, and Magic Bear bangs it off the bar. That's Affinity. And with 3:11 left, them in the driver's seat. This is where it might really heat up for Vision, and they're going to start from their own half already. Kinsey off his own backboard, will have a carry. He flips it over Magic Bear, but even when Affinity aren't getting to these challenges, they get a chip, or they send the other player off course. Vision just have a tough time not getting bumped. Rodoko even there, he gets bumped by Percy. Percy's shot, he says, thanks, I forced that own goal. And it's 2-0 Affinity.
Like you said, Percy getting the pinch here. Pinch is right in the net. Rodoko, he can't even do anything about it. He's in mid-flip. So just completely taken out of the play there. And Affinity will pick up their second goal. But you made a great point, Jorby, talking about just how hard it's been for Vision this game. Even off ball, they're getting bumped and demoed constantly. It's been really tough for them. Meanwhile, Affinity, they're just constantly trying to apply pressure, constantly trying to find a hole in defense, and they're working with anything that they're getting from Vision. In terms of that, oh my goodness, a great save from Magic Bear.
The Magic Bear, he jumped initially, he's like, wait, I don't have that. And then as soon as he landed, the ball got hit right into him. Yeah. Magic Bear's not lucky 99% of the time. It's all skill. But that was the 1% that I'm like, yeah. All right. You got away with that one, buddy. He picks up a good save there, though, to keep Vision scoreless. Nice little carry from Percy, catching Rodoko out, puts it up, and it's saved from Kinsey. We'll give Rodoko a chance, headed the other way. Can he do it quickly? Uses his jump to get back down to the ground quick enough, but it doesn't matter. They have to fight back from their own third.
Vision in the midfield. Rodoko has a look here from Kinsey, but look at Percy just jumping around, getting in front of him. Magic Bear's just hanging out in the back, waiting for his chance to come in, and we see Affinity just slow things down, or try to at least, in terms of Vision's offensive push. They want to get Vision upfield, so when they counterattack, it's as easy as possible, because that's when Vision seems the most weakest. And also, at the same time, it kills time on the clock. So it's it's not a double-edged sword. It's like two swords.
It's like, okay, yeah, two different weapons that you can pull out at any time.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't think there's a word for that.
We got a sword for flip resets, and we got a sword for air dribble bumps. You know, our two favorite types of mechanical plays in Rocket League does.
Apparently.
First, pops it up over one, and Affinity are just playing with their food right now. That's a nice pinch. That was Cook's risk, but you still come away empty. If you get a pinch that clean and you still can't score, oh, it may just be the end. And Percy, he does shove that sword down into them, and into the grave they go. 3 goals with 24 seconds left. That's probably all she wrote.
Yeah, I can agree there. 3-goal lead here with 24. I mean, we got to see some nice kickoffs. But it has been the Affinity game, or the Affinity series for the most part. We saw Vision with signs of life and thinking that they had the answer. But unfortunately and ironically, they were blind to what Affinity were doing. And with the final few seconds of this game, this one will be all but over. It'll be Affinity taking the series and moving on to the grand finals.
Going to face Space Station Gaming, and my, oh my, am I hyped for that final. Right? I feel like Affinity just matches up so well with Space Station, especially in twos, because you have Sipical, who just loves to carry the ball at anywhere on the field, and he's so good at it. You have Arsenal, who's just so great at winning challenges and setting up Sipical to be great. I feel like Magic Bear and Percy play a very similar style, where either player is the target number one. They are the biggest threat on the field. And I am so excited. I couldn't ask, honestly, with how this whole bracket worked out for a 2v2 final to work out, that it's these two teams. It's going to be fun.
I mean, like you said, you have the 2v2 duo of Affinity with Magic Bear and Percy. You have the Space Station Gaming duo that I love so much. And then you have this duo of me and you, who are finally agreeing on things. Like, it just seems like everything's working out.
I feel like things have finally started to come together, and we put in the last pieces of the puzzle, and we're locking them in place in these brackets, guys. We got the 1v1 bracket coming up next. Johnny and Shogun will be there to bring you the action after the break. Don't go anywhere. Yeah, and I did feel that they had started to do that near the end of that game, and I think that's what kind of helped them secure it. But for Affinity, this train is not going to stop. The momentum it's an immense force from Affinity. So Vision, they got to keep the pedal on the floor, because this reverse sweep will not come easy. You still got quite a journey ahead of you. And the next 5 minutes are underway. Percy pulling off on this play. Rodoko making the challenge happen. Oh, the shot just off the corner, but Rodoko's there. He'll at least bite it off one defender. Both players in Vision commit on the play. Rodoko going to be in a tough spot on defense, but he makes the save off the shot from Percy.
Percy he also had an option to pass that back to Magic there, but wanted to see if he could get this one past Rodoko with just a clean shot. Rodoko's still holding on defense here, as again, Vision's defense has improved. They're not letting easy goals get sent into their net, especially when Percy's shooting from midfield. So Affinity are going to have to, again, start to get a little more creative. We might need to see more solo plays come out from them, because that was kind of the recipe of success in the earlier parts of the series.
And Rodoko, he's actually going to wait for this touch from Magic Bear. He's got low boost and wins the challenge, but it's Percy's look. Percy trying to get it right over Kinsey. He can't do it. Now Rodoko's got a shot at the net, off the crossbar and out, and Magic Bar will find the corner. And Affinity look to move back to blue territory.
They're trying to. Kinsey with the knockaway, and he'll try to get a demo on Percy, forcing Percy into the air. I like how Percy's able to adjust to that, though. Jumps up and then turns it into an air dribble, forcing a challenge. That keeps the ball possession close for Affinity, and it doesn't put them in a dangerous situation. Now we see Percy again. He'll jump off the ceiling. He won't be able to find it. Magic Bear, he has the space. Another double, and it'll go in. And Affinity will strike first.
Magic Bear gets the goal, but Percy sets it all up. Kinsey was expecting a touch from Percy the entire time. It never comes, and Magic Bear bangs it off the bar. That's Affinity. And with 3:11 left, them in the driver's seat. This is where it might really heat up for Vision, and they're going to start from their own half already. Kinsey off his own backboard, will have a carry. He flips it over Magic Bear, but you know, even when Affinity aren't getting to these challenges, they get a chip, or they send the other player off course. Vision just have a tough time not getting bumped. Rodoko even there, he gets bumped by Percy. Percy's shot, he says, thanks, I forced that own goal. And it's 2-0 Affinity.
Like you said, Percy getting the pinch here. Pinch is right in the net. Rodoko, he can't even do anything about it. He's in mid-flip. So just completely taken out of the play there. And Affinity will pick up their second goal. But you made a great point, Jorby, talking about just how hard it's been for Vision this game. Even off ball, they're getting bumped and demoed constantly. It's been really tough for them. Meanwhile, Affinity, they're just constantly trying to apply pressure, constantly trying to find a hole in defense, and they're working with anything that they're getting from Vision. In terms of that, oh my goodness, a great save from Magic Bear.
The Magic Bear, he jumped initially, he's like, wait, I don't have that. And then as soon as he landed, the ball got hit right into him. Yeah. Magic Bear's not lucky 99% of the time. It's all skill. But that was the 1% that I'm like, all right. You got away with that one, buddy. He picks up a good save there, though, to keep Vision scoreless. Nice little carry from Percy, catching Rodoko out, puts it up, and it's saved from Kinsey. We'll give Rodoko a chance, headed the other way. Can he do it quickly? Uses his jump to get back down to the ground quick enough, but it doesn't matter. They have to fight back from their own third.
Vision in the midfield. Rodoko has a look here from Kinsey, but look at Percy just jumping around, getting in front of him. Magic Bear's just hanging out in the back, waiting for his chance to come in, and we see Affinity just slow things down, or try to at least, in terms of Vision's offensive push. They want to get Vision upfield, so when they counterattack, it's as easy as possible, because that's when Vision seems the most weakest. And also, at the same time, it kills time on the clock. So it's it's not a double-edged sword. It's like two swords.
It's like, okay, yeah, two different weapons that you can pull out at any time.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't think there's a word for that. We got a sword for flip resets, and we got a sword for air dribble bumps. You know, our two favorite types of mechanical plays in Rocket League, guys. Apparently.
First, pops it up over one, and Affinity are just playing with their food right now. That's a nice pinch. That was Cook's risk, but you still come away empty. If you get a pinch that clean and you still can't score, oh, it may just be the end. And Percy, he does shove that sword down into them, and into the grave they go. 3 goals with 24 seconds left. That's probably all she wrote.
Yeah, I can agree there. 3-goal lead here with 24. I mean, we got to see some nice kickoffs. But it has been the Affinity game, or the Affinity series for the most part. We saw Vision with signs of life and thinking that they had the answer. But unfortunately and ironically, they were blind to what Affinity were doing. And with the final few seconds of this game, this one will be all but over. It'll be Affinity taking the series and moving on to the grand finals.
Going to face Space Station Gaming, and my, oh my, am I hyped for that final. Right? I feel like Affinity just matches up so well with Space Station, especially in twos, because you have Sipical, who just loves to carry the ball at anywhere on the field, and he's so good at it. You have Arsenal, who's just so great at winning challenges and setting up Sipical to be great. I feel like Magic Bear and Percy play a very similar style, where either player is the target number one. They are the biggest threat on the field. And I am so excited. I couldn't ask, honestly, with how this whole bracket worked out for our 2v2 final to work out, that it's these two teams. It's going to be fun.